G'day friends, and welcome to our Across the Waves. And this month Robbie and I are going to be sharing projects created with the technique called thumping. Now this is an old technique, but it's a beauty. I'm just going to try and fix this up to make sure we're nice and straight and everything's in line. Or have I made that worse? I always seem to do it the opposite. Okay. I think that's about as much as I can get. Okie dokie. So, I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, but we'll give it a whirl, eh? I always doubt myself when I do things like this, but I've got an idea in my head and that's it. Okay, so I'm going to be using a stamp set from Tim Holtz. It's a Stamps and Stencils, and it's called, excuse me, Halloween. Well, there you go. I didn't know that. I just got it because I liked all the leaves. So, okay, and we're going to use a number of these leaves too. So, what I've done is cut up a couple of pieces of black cardstock and white smooth cardstock. And what we're going to do is stamp on our white pieces, eh? And we're going to use 3 different images. Leaf images, and we are using, now I'm using Stampin' Up inks today, Pill Party, and I've got 2 Stampin' Right markers, Shy Shamrock and Summer Splash. So whether or not we use 2 of these, I don't know. Now if you don't have markers, you can use ink pads if you wanted to. But I thought we'd start off with markers, eh? And see how we go. So I always tend to ink with the lightest colour first. And we're just going to tap, tap, tap. Grab, let's grab Summer Splash. We're going to take a thicker end, and all we're going to do is hold our marker very loosely and just thump. Now I'm going to follow the veins just for something a little bit different. So I'm just following the veins on the leaf, just like that. Okay, and I'll just put the lid back on that. And then what you want to do is huff on this to re-moisten it. Okie dokie. Grab our piece of cardstock and just press down. Now I could have added a 3rd colour if I wanted to, but I'm happy with that. Okie dokie. Just like that. And I don't care that some of the image has gone off the cardstock. Okie doke. So if you're going to use the same image again, be sure to clean it, eh? But we're not going to use the same image. We're going to ink up another one. And you know what? We might use 3 colours this time. So we're going to start off with the lightest again. And I'm just going to thump, thump, thump. And we'll bring in, what's this colour? Shy Shamrock. And we'll just do a couple, I think. So I'm just thumping that on there. Bring in our cardstock. Huff on it. Look at that. So that's with the 3 colours, okay? I don't mind that actually. I didn't know how these colours would go, but I don't mind them. So again, we've got a new image. We've inked that up with Quill Party. We're going to thump over the top of it with Summer Splash. We're going to come back with Shy Shamrock. Half again. We might go this way this time. Just like that. And that's all there is to it. It's a very easy technique, but it's a very good technique, and it's an old technique. Now I didn't even cut that correct. What have I done here? I'm going to chop some of this off. Let's measure this first, see how. 2 1/4. Okay, so we want this 2 1/4. 2 1/8, and that should fit. Yeah. Okay. And what we're going to do is just stick all these pieces onto our black cardstock, eh? One. I'm just going to put them all down together. 2. Now you could have made this really bold and bright if you wanted to. Instead of you could still use Quill Party or a light blue, and then bring in a couple of other bold and bright colours. And it'll change the whole layout, or not layout, but the dynamics, I suppose, of your image. Hey, no, no. No, Marley, no. Sorry. Okay, then what we're going to do is pop these up, eh? So now I've only got the small dimensionals, and I wanted to use black. So we'll just pop a couple of these on, and we'll make sure we put a couple of extra on to give it a little bit of extra support, eh? Whoops, that one's not going to work. Now, in the description below, I will have a link to Robbie's project. So be sure to click on that to see what she's created and how she's done this technique. And I will also have a link to my blog. I nearly did that again then. And on my blog, you will find the measurements that I've for all the cardstock and layers, that I've cut to create today's card, eh? But don't forget to click on the link to see what Robbie has created. Okay, now we're going to bring in a piece of white smooth cardstock. I have embossed this with a linen 3D embossing folder. Okay, so that's already been done. And what we're going to do is just place, I know I've taken the sticky lids off, so I'm just going to place these on this card. Actually, before we do that, what we might do, oops, is stick this piece to a layer of black. Actually, we will do our whole card. Okay, let's put our card together. I'll make it easier for us too. Now, I put a little bit of extra glue on when I've embossed layers. It helps it to stick a little bit better too. Okay. Bring in our cardstock. This is Stampin' Up! Pool Party, I think it is. Okay, and then we're going to put this onto our base card. It's a pretty easy card, but you can step it up as much as you like. So that's just going to go down there like that, eh? Just like that. Put that out a bit so you can see it. Okie dokie. Then we'll bring in our pieces. I'll put that one in the middle. And I'm just going to sit this here. I'm not going to press down yet, because I want to make sure that it's all nicely centered and even. Actually, you know what? I think I've just flipped that. Just bear with me now. No, no, no. I've just got a little dog here, and she's had an operation, and I'm trying to get her out of the habit of licking, and she's pretty good actually. Just every now and then she needs a little reminder, and the funny thing too is she gives herself away as well. Okay, so I think that looks pretty straight, and once I'm happy with that, what we're going to do is just press down gently, just like that, right? Now, we've got our sentiment, and there's beauty in simplicity. I thought that would suit this card perfectly. I've pre-cut, well, I haven't pre-cut, it's actually scraps of white smooth cardstock. And we're going to stamp our sentiment in black. Now, I tend to always stamp off under scrap paper first, only because I don't trust myself, and that's pretty straight. I'm just going to take this down out of eyesight for a minute. And I'm going to do that again because I feel like it's too much up the top. That's better. Okay. Grab our scissors. And we might just cut this at an angle, I think. Just a slight angle, not too much. just like that, eh? Let's grab some tape, strips I should say. Now you could have put another piece of cardstock on top just to give it that little bit of extra support if you wanted to. You could also punch a shape for your sentiment as well. That's not going to fit either. Okay, so let's put this down. Seem to be all thumbs today. Just bear with me, eh? Oh. Okay. Bring our card over, and I think we will put it about here, eh? Now, if you wanted to, you could grab some twine and tie some small bows and put at the bottom of the stems. But I think what we'll do is bring in some Nouveau drops, and these are ebony black. And I think we might scatter some of these around. Let's see how I go. I don't want to muck it up. One, two, okay, and then all I'm going to do, just tap that on the top of the lid, and that will flatten it a little bit and pull it into shape, the drops into shape, that is. And I've got to remember now that I've got drops on here and they're still wet. So that is our card for today. I hope you've enjoyed that, and give this technique a go. But don't forget, click on the link below for all the details on this card on my blog, and also the link to Robbie's project, eh? Okay, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Okay, enjoy your week. See ya. All right.